I'm going to show y'all how to hunt down some boost leaks in your truck. First thing we're going to do is go to Home Depot and get some supplies. Once we got our supplies, I'll go ahead and, well, first I'm skipping steps here in my head. First thing we're actually going to do is I'm going to show you how to measure to get the supplies that you need. And then once you're done measured, we're going to go up in the Home Depots, the Home List Depot, find what you need. Alright, so you're going to grab your tape, measure the outside diameter of your inlet, which is right at 4 inches. And we're going to measure the outside diameter of your outlet, which is 4 inches. 4 in, 4 out. So basically what you're looking at, minus the Diet Coke there because I'm fat, is 77 bucks. And then we need one last thing. Last thing we're gonna need is a tire, fucking valve stem and little bung thing. So we're gonna drill a hole in one of the caps, insert that in there, and that's how we're gonna pressurize the system. This is the tire valve stem you're going to want. It'll just pop in and seal. I can't see these being more than $5 at a Walmart or a parts store. They're probably like $2, but... You guys are gonna have to excuse these disastrous welds here and the red wires that look like shit because it's temporary stuff. I had to weld over some pinholes I didn't like, and the stainless wasn't happy about that, so you don't see any of that. You just don't see it. But anyways, first thing you're gonna do is, god damn it, make sure your shit ain't hot. It's still hot, so what we got to do is cool it off. Check the exhaust. The exhaust isn't hot, so we'll do the exhaust side first. And the exhaust side's gonna be the one with the cap. hear a leak, but I ain't sure where from yet. It's not holding pressure either. It's leaking around the valve stem. Need more pipe dope, it's leaking around the edges here. Oh fuck. Alright. Let's try this again. Yeah, now that's what I want to hear. Oh, god dang, that fernco looks like it's about to blow up. Oh, oh, okay. The fitting's about to blow off. I think this gauge don't work, so I need to listen for hissing. I don't think the gauge works. What I'm gonna do now is put something in front of this so it don't fucking blow the fuck up and, you know, destroy shit. It might blow off, but yeah, there's still pressure in the exhaust system. If you look up here, I could squeeze this and it's still pressurized. So I need to see if I can hit enough to get that wastegate to open and see if it's opening prior or whatever. I'm gonna leave the camera here so you guys can watch this blow off, and when it does, because it's probably gonna blow off, but I gotta give it the beans. At least it'll disperse some of that energy outwards. Alright, so I stuck my fingers in the pipe of the wastegate and I could feel air flowing around it, starting to. So it's opening a little early and staying open. So that's where my boost leak is. It's the wastegate. Now we can put air on top of it to help keep it closed and control it a little better. I do have a MAC valve, and of course I forgot my tubing at home to set that up, but I think that's going to be the route to controlling the boost in this. I need all these fucking cars to get out of my way.
Boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze.
Alright guys, I'm going to do a video today on how to add a fuel pump to your fuel pump basket in whatever you have, as long as it's like a big ass bucket, kind of like they got in these Silverados and stuff. So I already have one Hellcat pump in here, and I got my second one here. And we're doing this because we're on E85, which requires a lot more fueling, especially in boost. And what we're going to do is probably drill through this, or here, somewhere in here, and install a bulkhead, 8AN bulkhead. We got an 8AN to 2 6AN Y. We got these 6AN push lock, or these aren't push lock, but hose connectors that the hoses are going to crimp onto. Got a 90 for on top of the bulkhead on the top. And we got a female to female 8AN line here. And we have a 8AN to 6AN adapter for up by the fuel rail. And then our 8AN PTFE hose. We also have a hop switch, which is activated from boost pressure reference around 4 to 7 PSI. So when you get in boost, it'll send either 12 volt or ground through this, and you'll run it to your secondary pump, and then the tuning will do the rest. So I popped out this like little map sensor dealio going in this hole right here, and this controls either the charcoal canister or the PCV valve, which neither of them we need. Mistakes were made. I had to cut off that post because I wasn't able to put a nut down, and then I had to smooth out that area so the nut can sit semi-flush. And we'll put some RTV on it. I don't even know if the fuel will eat the RTV or not. Probably will. But yeah, so you do that hole, you're gonna have to cut this off. But the good thing is when you're done, this will spin back, and you can lock this up in here where you find some room, so it goes back in the tank. That ain't going nowhere. Alright, so it's the only RTV I had, and I'm going to put another bead around it, but the bulkhead's in to the double-sided female, to the Y, to these two 6ANs, down to the two Hellcat pumps. We'll be wiring them. And then we got our 90 on the 8AN that'll go on the top. We're gonna run this first from the front to the back. Okay, so real quick, a fitting you're gonna need is an 8AN male to 8AN male. I suggest getting 2 and getting as well as female to female 6AN, because I had to put my alcohol sensor from where it was to straight up just hose clamps for right now on the return line. And you're gonna want your alcohol sensor on the return line. So basically that shitty welded together 8AN to 8AN male is in between. That's the 8AN feed line. That's the 8AN to 6AN adapter that goes into the fuel pressure regulator. That's the boost reference up there. That goes around to the filter. You should have the filter under the truck really, but I don't, so just ignore that for now. And then it loops back into the fuel rail after the filter, and then everything that gets bypassed or regulated back to the tank flows through the alcohol sensor. So if you put, I don't know if you can probably get a regulator, it's 8AN, it's probably best because I'm necking down from 8 to there, but the pressure should be the highest right there, and the volume is right there as well, so it's pretty close. And we're going to be pumping a lot more pressure, so it'll be regulating as much as possible and maintaining pressure. That's the idea anyways. Alright, so that's a fitting I forgot to talk about. You're seeing this now, and yeah. Okay, so got our bulkhead. It's the only RTV I had. Yeah, it's just really a splash guard. This is cinched down really tight, preventing, like, tank's not going to be pressurized. I'm going to vent it atmosphere here. But got our secondary pump wires, and I sheathed it in dual wall heat shrink
soldered it to our wires going out, and you can see it's gonna also get that shitty blue RTV, but that's just to prevent splashback. And it's connected. Now this is gonna crunch down in the tank, so the wires will all like go limp. Not gonna be pulled tight like that. But the reason why I heat shrunk this is because the metal, you do not want chafing through a ground or a positive and creating spark. It's the last place you want sparks, so that's why I wrapped this. It's not gonna have much movement, but that's something you don't want down the road for sure. So we're gonna wire those, and then or run those wires after sheathing them, making them look nice and pretty. And then we're gonna wire up our hop switch and a relay. This will activate the relay. It will feed the power to power the secondary pump. Alright guys, fuel pump's installed. The hop switch is installed. I tested it once last night. We had a fuel pressure of 64 psi, which is regulated to 60, so it's pushing over what the return line can return. So if it becomes a problem where it's too much fuel, might have to step up the return line.
About to leave, already packed